Hello. We've made it. We made it through another day. I'm only 3 minutes late. The lean map is always late. Apparently, it doesn't want to work today, which is fine by me. It just sucks. Just sucks. That's all right. We still have a really good show tonight. We got to get to a lot of stuff. Lots to talk about. First, you probably wonder, where were you? Solving fucking mysteries is what I was doing. Okay. Always solving mysteries. Mysteries here, mysteries there. Always working on something or another, just something. Can I just have don't I get a day off? Don't I get a day off? Hello, June. Don't I get a day off somewhere? I was gotta put on a show like a circus monkey. Like, hello, apartment wife. I see you in there. Hello, creative. What's up, 6'4"? That assistant needs to come immediately. What's up, Afro Love? Consuela, Phyllis, Miriam. I was concerned for a bit. Y'all, if you're concerned that I'm single and I live alone, that should be your only concern. Why Steph's not married. Okay. I was tired of y'all. I'm trying to get on the other app. Normally, I'm streaming live here on YouTube as well as TikTok. I'm trying to get on the Leam app, but the Leam app is not loving us today. So if you're on the Leam app and you're looking for me, I'm not there. Oh, it might work. Hold on. Let's test this theory. Oh, we have go time. We have go time. Okay. If you don't know where that's from, you clearly are not from the 90s. Okay. You're clearly not from the 90s if you don't know who says it's go time. Hello, Leam app. You've been late. You're late because you weren't working on my computer. Let's see what we have in the building. Who's in the building? Smash the likes everywhere. Smash the likes everywhere. Who do we have? Anastasia. I always want to call you Anastasia. Andrea. Anjanae. Miriam. Leah. Bianca, Angela, and Angela D and Angela S. Hello, Nico. Everybody's here. It's all rosy. Hello. It's all rosy. Oh, I got my watch on today. Who's over here on the Lean map? Who we got in the building? Let me see. Creative, as always. Kamisa, Aaron, 6'4", again, Sierra. Everybody's just everywhere. Oh, I'm lagging? I'll be right back. Not for you guys, but for TikTok. Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm still here on YouTube, so you guys are going to see me. And you're going to see me also here on the Leam app. We do have a really great show today. We're talking a lot of stuff. You guys send me stuff all day. I'm so happy that you guys send me stuff all the time. I don't know why you send me stuff all the time, but I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys sending me stuff all the time. Keeps me busy. Apparently, I'm not allowed to not be busy. Busy reading stuff. How are you on that assistant position? Woo, child. Far from good. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it. So we're back here on TikTok. You can see my dusty fan. We do have a really good show tonight. I'm not gonna lie. We do have a good show. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. It's a lot of shit going on. Roe v. Wade. What's that about? Hello. Roe v. Wade is what we're talking about this evening. See my pretty flowers. And my failed attempt at art, not mine. But yeah, so we got to talk about Roe v. Wade. We're talking about Caesar from Black Ink Crew in that horrendous video, which I'm not going to play for you guys, but I will describe it in detail. And honey, it's not good. Somebody called PETA on him immediately. And later on, we're going to be discussing in depth Andrew Gilliam's indictment. So that's what we have on the show this evening. Top of the hour, Roe v. Wade, Caesar from Black Ink Crew, and Andrew Gilliam's indictment. So those are the three topics we're going to be discussing today. Obviously, I'm going to get caught up in the comment section, so we know we're going to be discussing a lot more things. We know that we're going to be discussing a lot of things, but I want to get to those things first. Make sure you follow the Nosy Bystanders here. Your chief Nosy Bystander. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I promise when I hire someone's got to manage that Twitter account because you can't have me on Twitter. And let me tell you why before we get started. You can't have me on Twitter because I am a Twitter troll, and I have to have some sort of decorum about myself. I can't just be on Twitter trolling people and then pretending to be a professional. So I need to hire an actual person to manage those two accounts not because I'm trying to distance myself from being an internet troll, but there are tons of messages that people send me that I need help reading. A lot of them, a lot. Okay. So Roe v. Wade got overturned today. We already knew it was coming. They had that leaked document that was published early this year. And so we saw it. We knew it was coming. And there's a lot of debate on each side. You have your white femmes, you have your aging conservatives, and then you just kind of have the Black community who's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, where do we all fit in this? Which is a great question. Where do we fit in all of this? Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but your girl over here happens to have a degree in political science. So I have a baseline understanding of what's to occur, and just being able to study political science, you're going to be able to see that it's a mess. If your uterus is already tied up, if your uterus is booked and busy this coming winter, don't worry about it. Shout out to the pregnant ladies. If you don't have a uterus, lucky dog. And if you already have your tubes tied, well, this conversation isn't for you. But for the rest of you procreating perverts out there, have you considered moving? I hear different parts of the world are really nice this time of year. I hear Canada and Mexico have fantastic healthcare policies for women. And if Canada and Mexico are a little bit too expensive for you, have you tried the Caribbean? Now, I don't know about you guys, but Caribbean culture is pretty dope, and food is very spicy. So if you consider moving to the Caribbean, shout out to Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to Trinidad and Tobago. I know a lot of people are thinking, this is not a laughing moment, Steph. Yeah, it is. And that's because I'm a nihilist. So I don't see any good or bad in anything. Take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Okay. So you're not entitled, you're not required to take my opinions for anything. I am a nihilist. I do have nihilistic ideation, or if you will. So I don't think anything good or bad is going to come of it, or I don't think anything good is going to come of it. And so I'm one of those type of people who are just like, don't tuck your head in between your legs because the plane's crashing. Take a look. You might see something nice. You might see a mountain before it crashes. You might see a UFO, so at least you can die with a good memory. Just lift your head up. That's all I got for you. Okay. Just lift your head up and take a look. You might miss something. Okay. Cause ain't nothing. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and try to preach to you about protesting and all that other stuff. That stuff doesn't work. I'm telling you this as a individual who has studied political science for the better part of 6, 7, 8 years. That shit don't work. Unless you have a giant fueled money machine behind you, that stuff doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because when you are trying to run large scale campaigns with very little money, there's too many crazies who want to take charge. And so it makes it hard to mobilize. So we have really poor mobilization efforts here in the United States because there's too many narcissists who are trying to lead the charge. That's why. It's not because we don't have the people. We got the numbers. If you really do the math, we got the numbers. The left-leaning individuals on the political side of the spectrum have it, and they're not liberals. Now, I've had this conversation before with a number of individuals in live videos who, for some apparent ignorant reason, think that a liberal is somebody who's on the left. They're not. Liberals are in the center. Okay. Liberals are in the center. Conservatives on the right. Left-leaning ideologies on the left. Liberal, center. Okay, so the left have it. They have the numbers. They have the votes. They can mobilize. They can do actually a lot of grassroots organizations with $0. The problem with the left is that there's too many individuals who want the keys, right? Everybody wants to be at the top. The reason why the right mobilizes very well is because they're not interested in leadership. They're interested in movements. They're a very well-oiled machine. And if you don't believe that, well, Roe v. Wade's gone. So too many people, I'm telling you my personal belief. I'm a nihilist. I consider myself very left-leaning. Let me correct myself. Very a left-leaning individual, probably a progressive or a democratic socialist for myself. We don't have it. We don't know how to mobilize. There's too many people who have too many harebrained schemes who are trying to lead the charge, and we can't mobilize anywhere. That's why the left keeps crumbling. Look at Occupy Wall Street. Do you remember that? 2008 crash? You had all those individuals protesting outside of Wall Street, doing incredible numbers. And then one day, too many people who wanted the mayor's key, right? Too many people wanted a key to the city, destroyed that entire movement. And that was probably the last time we were ever able to mobilize organically with $0. And you'll never see it again. I'm telling you, you'll never see it again. So take that, history books. Take that, history books. Take that. It was the first time people on the left and the right were both broke. Everyone was losing their jobs. Corporations were losing their jobs. Individuals who were small business owners were losing their jobs. Everybody was losing their houses. Everyone was losing it. And they had no interest in what the federal government was having to say. They all mobilized collectively. Until somebody with harebrained scheme says, I'll lead the charge. And then what happened? All you saw was bulldozers cleaning up all those tents. What's up, plus size, honey? Yes. So Roe v. Wade, terrible, sad. If you have a uterus and you're not using it, throw it out. If you don't have a uterus, thank God. And if you have a chance to tie it up, tie that shit up. Okay. And if you do plan on having children, consider not having them here. Have them across the border. Okay. Have your children in another nation and don't have to deal with shit like this. Because what's the point of having a kid when, it's not just Roe v. Wade, you guys. We have a really terrible child protective care system who pushes away children who need help and steals children from individuals. A terrible, terrible system. Okay. Terrible system. System's terrible. Smash the like buttons here and YouTube. We have no moderator, you guys. We have no moderators. So you got to smash the like buttons. I can only repeat it once or twice. can only repeat it once or twice, okay? I can't do it often. I can't do it often. We have no mods. So hello. Hello, everybody who just came into the building. On the top of the hour, we're discussing Roe v. Wade. I don't want to talk about it again because it sucks. If you are having children, have them overseas. It's nice over there. Smash the like buttons everywhere. We have no moderators. And that brings us to our first commercial break. Brings us to our first commercial. We do sponsored ads here. We do. It's not much, but it gets the show going. Okay? It gets the show going. Gets the show going. All right? Just DM us on Twitter or Instagram at the NosyBystanders, and we will send you information about how to put your ad up. Okay? We do. So I'm going to go with this ad first, only because it's their last week, and we love them. We love them. It's their last ad of the week. We love them. Hopefully, they sign up again next week. This ad is brought to you by Kiana Scott. We love Kiana. Kiana Scott is a content creator here on TikTok, comedian. She goes by the name of Kiana Scott 1, and you can actually follow her here. She's got a very large platform, but she loves everyone, so shout out to her. We're not going to hear a lot from her because she's on tour. Kiana Scott's on tour, but she's also a private business owner. And she has a business of making satin handmade bonnets. These satin handmade bonnets come in 5 colors of purple and gold, orange and cream, hot pink and light pink, mustard yellow, olive green, and green and blue. If you're going to make a purchase of $50 or more, consider using ShopPay. ShopPay lets you make 4 payments with 0 interest. I put a link to Kiana Scott's website in my link tree. Go ahead and click on it. Give Kiana Scott a shout out. Follow her here on TikTok. And let's get back to our show. And Kiana Scott, we really appreciate you. Really dope. Come back again. Let us have that ad space again. We love her. Love the ads. Everyone always says, love the ads. Love the ads. Kiana's great. We love Kiana. She's an original Nosy Bystander. And we love her for that. Oh, what's up, King? King stated here, do you still do your political science lives? I miss those. Depends. Talking about, and just before we get to our next story that I want to talk about with Caesar, I don't know what his last name is, but we're going to get into that story in a minute. But let me answer your question, King. So we do talk about politics over here, but they're usually an overarching effect, right? So we're not discussing politics in detail and in depth. Talking about politics is very, not only is it intellectually draining, but it is emotionally draining, because when you have to explain to people how bad things are, that can get to someone's emotional state. It most certainly gets to mine. If I have to keep explaining to people that the world's ending and civil war is coming and here's how we're going to get there, that's, it's a bit of a drain. So we like to talk about celebrity gossip because it's not as draining. Which brings us to our next story. Yikes. Talk about celebrity gossip. This story is even worse. Brought to you by Gossip of the City. Actually was sent this video, which I'm not going to play because it's quite graphic, that I'm not going to play, but I want to talk about. So I watched the video. It is with Caesar from Black Ink Crew. He goes by the name of Caesar Emmanuel. He's in the article that I'm reading for you here is from Rollout Magazine. I'm going to actually add a link to this in YouTube. You guys can check it out while we read it. And I'm actually added here to the Lee map. Unfortunately, I can't add it to TikTok because it doesn't let me add links. So shout out to TikTok for being terrible. So here's the article that we're going to be reading from. And I want to read it. Let's get into it. I might have to put my hair up, y'all. This hair is like, it's saying, I don't know what the hell it's saying, but it's saying, I'm not interested in being dry, so let me just remain wet and drip on your shoulder for the entire show. So make sure you click on the link to that article, and then let's just go ahead and get into it. So it says Black Ink crew star Caesar accused of abusing a dog in a video. Now that video is graphic. You can actually check it out on Gossip of the City's Instagram page and their Twitter page. They posted it. I'm not entirely sure if they have a YouTube page, but if they do, please go check out that video. You just have to watch it. I know people are like, don't watch it. Watch it. You should watch it so you understand why, if you are engaging in watching content like his, right, Black Ink Crew, or you support uh VH1 for hosting a show with him on it, then you will understand as to why you should stop watching it. So when I hear people say things like, "Oh, don't watch that," no, watch it, because sometimes people have a difficulty understanding what graphic nature is and why people being associated to doing graphic things should be canceled. He is the person. This is a reason to cancel someone. So go watch the video. So the article starts off. It's written by Terry Strophshire for Rollout Magazine. He says Caesar Emanuel, the famous founder of Black Ink Tattoo franchise and successful reality TV show star, is in a hot seat after being accused of abusing his dog in a violent video that has gone viral. It has gone viral. Though Emmanuel's face cannot be seen in the video, the neighbor who recorded it on his door cam allegedly confirmed that it's him, according to the Shade Room. It says hot new hip hop, and credit to Gossip of the City for actually obtaining that video. Emmanuel's 42 years old, born David Emmanuel, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. He's beating a dog. I don't care about how old he is and where he was born. It says, if you can treat a dog like this, it shows how sick of a person you truly are. I don't even get into the life of this man, but this video made me so upset. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I'm an animal lover, especially dogs. She roared to her 2 million followers on Instagram, and she actually posted it on Instagram as well. She also referred to Caesar's alleged domestic troubles to try to show a pattern of violent behavior. Back in January of 2021, Caesar was accused by his daughter Cheyenne of beating her up in 2021, which I had no idea. Caesar's ex-girlfriend, Crystal Torres, who is Cheyenne's mother, also substantiated her daughter's account on IG. Caesar, however, filed a lawsuit in May of 2021 accusing Torres of defamation of character and inflammatory lies that cost him sponsorships and a temporary cease and desist of filming of the Black Ink Crew. Well, it should be. I wish they would have told us the nature of that lawsuit. It's probably still ongoing since it was back in 2021. What's up, Brett? But let me hear from you guys. Have you heard about this story? And what do you think? I'm scared to watch it. You ought to watch it, Vicky. Is it, can you call TikTok a horrible app and they started back slowing down your live? Could be. And Duchess accused him as well. Duchess, that's right. Didn't she have a fake dreadlocks? Such an unnecessary. Why would I say that? Such an unnecessary thing to add in there. VH1 dropped him today, according to Nico Red here on TikTok. Wow, they should. Not the Fox locks. He made a statement today of his excuses. Well, since we don't care, we're not going to read it here. And I'm pretty sure that you could find another individual talking about the story who's probably going to read his statement. I don't care to read it. Thank you, Molly Millie. You said, yeah, they used to live behind him. This is so crazy. Do we know when that video was published? Does anybody know here on YouTube, TikTok, or the Leam app? Does anybody know when that viral video was published or when that video was published of him beating the dog? Was it this year? That's unusual. Was it that bad? I may need to dip out and go watch it. I encourage you guys to go dip out and go watch it. You can actually catch it on Gossip of the City on Instagram's page, or Gossip of the City. Their name on Twitter is GOT of the City. One word. You can actually check it out on both locations. I didn't know her dreads were fake. Oh. Y'all ain't know her dreads was fake? I mean, okay, time out from the story. Can we just get I didn't know y'all didn't know that. And guess how I know? So my sister, shout out to my big sister Ebony, Big Eb, who has dreadlocks. And back in the day, we used to watch Black Ink Crew. I didn't get it, but she liked it. And in the very earlier seasons, her dreads were very short. And then by the next season, they were down to her butt. So my sister was like, I wonder where she got her dread extensions from. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that that was a thing. She's like, yeah, everybody gets them done. Sometimes people get them done to protect. It's like it's really a protective. For some people, it can be a protective style for their dreads, right? Latching on the extension to their extending dreads to protect it from breakage, because I think that does occur a lot in dreadlocks. They can break, and then also just for a style aesthetic too. We're talking about Duchess from Black Ink Crew. Somebody stated that Duchess also accused Caesar, who the story we were discussing earlier was accused of viciously beating his dog on camera. Apparently, Black Ink Crew VH1 got wind of that video and canceled the show. Thank God. The show was terrible to begin with. But on top of that, I don't even know how the show could even continue after he was accused by his own daughter of beating her. And now he's accused of beating a dog. Oh, Duchess. Yeah, that's right. Hello, Courtney. How are you? I mean, what's wrong with lock extensions? Ain't nothing wrong with them. Is it Leah? Is it Leah? Ain't now Leah. Don't now Leah, don't you come in here trying to call me a hater. She didn't call me no hater. I'm just fucking with you, Leah. No, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't even know why I threw that out there. I don't know. That's the only thing I know about Duchess is that she has dread extensions. That's it. They're cute though. They are cute. I'm like, dang, Leah, not you coming in here, coming in hot. She was coming in hot. And that's the best thing about that's the best and worst thing about being Black, right? We always do that. We're like, what's the problem with that? And the person's like, I never said it was a problem, but it's funny how Black people always insinuate when someone makes a statement that it's a problem. But that's just us. I think that's a cultural thing. I honestly have never seen it in any other culture. Granted, I'm only a part of one culture, so I've never actually seen it on video in other cultures, but we do it a lot in our culture. It's fun. I think it's hilarious, right? I do the same thing. It's funny. Yeah. Who's Keita Rose? Before we get to the next story, I'm seeing the comments, y'all. We're not about to talk about that raggedy. We're not about to talk about that raggedy versus battle. I want to talk about it because it's raggedy. The versus battle was some of the probably the ghettoest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I understand that versus is because the pandemic is ending, or because we're at the end of the pandemic. Remember, at the height of the pandemic, you guys, I really would love someone to do a docuseries of the content that we were inundated with because we were all stuck at home. I don't know if you guys remember this because, again, the pandemic is almost 3 years old, you guys. The pandemic is almost 3 years old. So I don't know if you know this or not, but at the height of the pandemic, we were inundated with a lot of content. Now, remember, we actually were able to watch Boosie hosting live shows with naked women, and Instagram just. Do y'all remember that? Because it wasn't that long ago. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember Boosie was hosting lives. He had hundreds of thousands of people watching his live videos. And he would just invite women, random women on to talk to them. But then he started making them do all these explicit things. And women would do it because he would cash up him like $1,000 to just do some crazy stuff. Tory Lanez as well. Because remember, I don't know if you guys know this, but Tory Lanez is Canadian. So during the pandemic, he was actually just stuck in his mansion in Canada. So he was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Pia, I see your comment. Unfortunately, YouTube hid the comment, but I'm going to show it anyway because who gives a damn? This is hilarious. Pia said, Boosie said, I can't even say I don't even know if I can say that. Put your P word lips on live for $1,000. Y'all remember those videos? Quarantine was wild. Well, while Boosie was getting women to do some bust downs for $1,000 and Tory Lanez was doing the same thing, we also got a lot of inspirational quotes from my favorite, not DJ Khaled. We got some of his garbage. I'm talking about, what's the one? Plaz's platform really grew exponentially because of the pandemic, and I very proud of him because he's great. We love Plaz. We love Plaz. At the same time, we got the versus battles, and it all started off with our good friend Babyface. And who's the guy he battled? I guess it doesn't even matter. But we were so bored. We were so bored. So we got the versus battle, which actually just started off with Babyface just saying, we should have a sing-off. Teddy Riley, that's right. And it got even more fantastic because and I'll tell you why it really blew up. The only reason why it blew up is because Michelle Obama was in the live video watching and commenting. And people were like, my God, if the president's wife is bored, we've got something here. But let's talk about last night's versus battle. Because versus started off as this very well thought out organic thing. It started out well organic. And you know what ruined it? Sponsors. It was nice when the celebrities were in their houses and they were just going live. And it was nice. It was like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see Teddy Riley and Babyface talking. Not that they had a beef, but it's just like, it was nice. It felt like you were on a FaceTime call with your old ass uncles. Okay. You was on a FaceTime call with your old ass uncles who be moonwalking during the barbecue. And then the sponsors came in and the Ciroc bottles in the back. And celebrities showing up late. It was getting ghetto. You should never see. This is exactly why they don't be giving niggas nothing, because we always show up late. Because when you're on FaceTime at home on Instagram Live and you're just singing some vocals in front of your piano, well, you can't show up late. But the moment they got a studio and we told these niggas to show up at this hour, they should have lied to them and told them it was an hour behind. Maybe they'd showed up on time. So you get a studio, you got a bunch of Black people who we love, but we know we're always late. We can't help it. It's in our DNA to show up late. I don't understand why why are they not getting this? It's when God built Black people, he said, melanin, kinky hair, curves for men, other stuff. Poor time management. Poor time management. That's what God said. It's like, why not? They're already perfect. Poor time management. So the Lord threw poor time management on us. We're all over the place. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We never know what time it is. And instinctively, when we call people, what do we say? When somebody calls us and asks us where we at? What do we say when somebody calls us and asks us, where are you at? That's right, we on the way. Down the street. Lying. No, we ain't even in the car. Ain't even took the shower yet. We haven't even taken the shower. We haven't even taken a shower. Knowing we on the phone, it don't sound like no car or wind. So God has made us as late niggas. He just couldn't help it. He was like, somebody has to be late for stuff. Make it black people. So we're always late, and we take that. We're on it. Okay, we've dealt with it for eons. But now you have these versus battles. And here comes Ray J with a baby. I don't know whose baby that is. Probably his baby. Beautiful baby. Whose baby is that? Ray J. Friends, rubs elbows with all kinds of people, hobnobs all over Hollywood, Miami, Florida, Atlanta, New York. Ray J is probably the only cast member on Live in Hip Hop who has been on every single different series, from LA to Miami to Atlanta to New York. No babysitter? No babysitter, huh? No babysitter? Ray J has all the money in the world. Ray J is, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ray J is disgustingly wealthy and extraordinarily privileged. You telling me out of all that money you couldn't find one babysitter just to watch a baby for 10 minutes? 10 minutes. He didn't even have to leave the studio. He could have just sat in the back. That looked like that looked like a black barbecue. Like a black barbecue. With your drunk uncle holding your nephew. We have an ad. It's commercial break. Okay? Commercial break. From Ray J and his hot ghetto mess. Hot ghetto mess. Just a ghetto ass mess. Smash the like button here on YouTube, please. I don't ask for much. There's 118 of you in the building and 50 likes. This ad is brought to you by Style Improve. Are you a stylist? Tired? For the love of God, tired of taking all your time to thread these goddamn C-shaped needles? I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. I know you are. I seen y'all sew-ins. Y'all to switch to wigs. Fuck these sew-ins. Give me a lace front. Because you're tired of threading those needles. Just admit it. Just admit it. Well, your prayers have been answered. Kenya's website, Quick Sew-In Inc., which has a link in my link tree. She also takes Shop Pay. Sells pre-threaded C-shape sew-in needles, both large and small. This is a Black-owned company, and Kenya went ahead and patented and trademarked this company. They're both pending, but look at our girl go. Shout out to Kenya at Style Improve. Please check out the link in my bio. Let's get back to the show. Hello, Doja. How you doing? Hello, baby mama number 4. I love Doja. You guys, 50K Queens Doja 86 here. One of my good friends. Please follow her. If you're looking for very lighthearted, energetic content, tons to discuss, please follow our girl Doja. She's great. So Ray J and his ghetto self decided that he was going to get on stage, a show that he was not invited to. Okay. I said Mario and Omarion. Mario and Omarion. Who the fuck said Ray J? who got on the phone and said, where's Ray J? And make sure he brings this cute baby. Hello, Blaze 10691. I feel like every time I say your name, Blaze, I feel like I'm saying a radio station. Blaze 10691. They were the pre-show. Should have got a babysitter. Just call me Blaze. I can't, and I can't. You know, I already know Blaze on this app, so I gotta call you Blaze 106. What is it? 10691. You sound like a radio station. That's why I like it. Now look, Blaze 10691. I don't know if you just walked into the building. Welcome. Hello, everybody else who just jumped in the building. K Dub, I see you guys. Wendy, I see everybody here in the building. Let's see who showed up to the Lee map. Y'all be late over here too. What's up, Shar? I don't know who this is. Onfo Nimgrave. Not sure who that is. I feel like that's my brother, but who knows at this point. Who's Sammy? What was Sammy on? Not sure. So what catalog does Ray J have to be even considered for the Verzuz battle? Well, interestingly enough, that song One Wish. What's up, Steph with an F? You remember the song? If I had one wish. It's a great song. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how to sing, but that's all y'all gonna get. That's all the vocals you're gonna get from me. If I had one wish. It's a great song. I'm laughing because I can't sing, but I do like the song. It is catchy. Don't get me wrong, it's catchy. Now, any other Ray J song, honey, I'm stumped. Stumped. I couldn't even tell you what other song he sang. He had a song with Lil' Kim. Stop. So that's the long-winded response to the Verzuz battle. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is happening. I'm not even entirely sure. I'm not even entirely sure what that was. We have somebody's hands up. I don't know this. On Fo Nim Grave here on the Voices app. I'm gonna let you up. Just go ahead and hit the the button so we can hear. Hello.
I've been waiting for like 35,000 years. Trey.
Oh, what's up, Trey? Why you change your name? You guys, this is Trey. Funnier. This is, if you guys don't know, this is Trey here on the Lee map. What's up? Did you want to add some commentary to one of the stories we already discussed?
Yes, I said, get in, loser. We're going to Germany.
Oh.
It's no coincidence that I've been seeing a lot of Black Expat videos on TikTok. I've been seeing it for like several months.
Yes.
And the algorithm don't lie. We lie to ourselves.
That's true. So are you considering going to Germany?
I'm thinking about it because, you know, I'm fed, so I can go pretty much anywhere.
Okay. Well, consider it. Just consider that.
I will definitely
you know what
consider
I mean?
that.
Yeah, because it could be something to consider.
But Black queer people have been thriving in Mexico, so that may be an option too.
That is true. Now that's true. A lot of people are. I mean, I think personally that individuals should be able to leave America. America's not really there's not much here. There's not much going on here. So, you know, there's not much going on here. But no, I really any last thoughts? I'm not, go ahead. No, any thank you, Cece. Any last words that you want to add about the whole leaving Las Vegas, leaving the United States because of the rollbacks on constitutional liberties?
Also, as well, even if you do leave the country, you will still have to pay U.S. taxes. So that's something you definitely have to consider. And also, if you choose to revoke your U.S. citizenship, it definitely costs a lot of money, and it's a lot cheaper to seek asylum in another country.
Well, yeah, because asylum is not, if people don't, I don't know if anyone knows this, but asylum isn't regulated by the nation. Asylum is regulated by the Geneva Convention. So it's based off of how the UN decides who can seek asylum. So it's kind of like, I guess, like a world law,
Right.
if you will. So if you're going to leave,
Mm-hmm.
I know I know if I ever have the opportunity to go, I'll go. But thank you again. Thank you for again. And thanks for changing your name on us. Trey, we love having you up here. We always love having Trey up here. We always got to have Trey up here. So Trey, I appreciate that. And thank you very much. Let's hear from Koya. Koya is another one who might have some intake on our two stories. First, we discussed Caesar Emmanuel, and then we discussed the rollback of Roe v. Wade. Hello, Koya. Did you want to add anything on any of these two stories before we move on to our last story of the night?
Of course. Hi, Steph. Hi, guys. Did you see today where Brandy commented on one of Ray J's posts?
No, what did she say?
She basically read him like the bitch sister she is. And she literally had to say, so since you deleted this, he deleted her comment.
What was the comment?
The comment was, hold on, I'm pulling it up. Basically, she was saying that dad told me you talked all day. You didn't drink any of the special tea that I gave you, and you didn't go on a vocal rest like I told you to. And basically read his rights about about how he performed last night. And I was like, oh no, poor Brandy. He embarrassed her too. I forgot about him embarrassing Brandy with the family vocals.
Well, yeah, because he can't sing. No shade to Ray J, but you guys, I don't know if you know this, but he can't sing.
Damn, you might be right. Well, we found out last night. Like, we knew he was no vocal Bible, but we found out last night that him and Omarion need some help. Omarion was only winning because he could really sing. You turn on the mic and tell the band, let's hear you. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was a mess last night.
Yeah. Ooh wee.
Yeah.
Ooh wee. Wow. So that's yeah. Well, look, I appreciate you bringing in that commentary. We totally needed to hear that because again, I'm not keeping up with the story, but we know Ray J made a damn fool, and I'm glad Brandy said something to her brother. Sit your embarrassing ass down. Like if you're gonna go up there and sing, it's not a house party. Brandy did hers with Monica. It wasn't good because Brandy decided to read a bunch of book of poems and we wanted to hear the boy's mind, but whatever. So, so shout out to Brandy for putting her brother in check. And thank you again, Koya, for bringing us that story. We definitely needed to hear that. I want to, we're behind. We're so behind because y'all over here got me cracking up. This is what happens when I get caught up in the comment section. I'm not getting caught up in the comment section again. That's why you... You late ass niggas. That's why we're reading another ad. Gotta get the ads in, y'all, before the show runs out. We didn't even get to the last story, which we really got to get to, but we have an ad. Smash the like button. You came in late. Basically, Brooklyn, we told y'all niggas about being late. We told y'all about being late. We have another ad. You know, I drink water every time I do this show. My throat feels like I have brownies in it. Like Ray J. This ad is brought to you by Super Investors. Super Investors is a financial literacy game company that promotes and encourages families to interact with their children about finances through fun and play. At what age do you think parents should initiate financial literacy in their children? I always say 5 years old. I feel like if children's teeth are falling out and you're sliding crisp dollar bills underneath their pillow, you might want to tell them what they're getting. Is it a 5? Is it a 10? Should they spend it on candy? Should they save it? 5 years old. 5. Super Investors' goal is to bring awareness to families, especially in the inner city, about how important it is to teach your children about savings, investing, managing their inheritances, building businesses, and more. If you want to know more about Super Investors, please check out Valencia's link in my link tree and have fun learning about money. If you don't think that you need help learning about money, but you think your children should, purchase it. It's a financial literacy game. If you are struggling with the understandings about money, maybe play the game with your children. There's no shame in learning about the dollar bills, y'all. Okay? And shout out to Valencia for bringing us this ad. We appreciate her. We appreciate her. So let's get into this last story. This story's going to be a doozy because we are talking more politics. I didn't even know how politics has made its fucking way into the show, but here we go. Here we go. I'm going to get some of your comments over here on YouTube. Is it Cry? TA25 says he can't sing. I felt the attitude in that comment. Wendy said he acted like a child. Coco said, singing a cappella will expose your lack of singing skills. It's not as easy as it looks. I couldn't agree with you more. Woo Child said, I'm so damn late. I missed everything. Woo Child, take your time, baby. Catherine said, hello, Catherine. What is it specifically that Ray J is talented with regarding music industry? I'm assuming just having friends. We don't know. We don't know. But that's the end of that story. What's up, Pink Bella? That's the end of that story. Let's talk about Andrew Gilliam. If you don't know who Andrew Gilliam is, let me paint you a well-versed picture. And I don't want to hold you too long, but I want to talk about the story because a few people have sent me the story, and let's get to it. Thank you very much. And thank you for everybody else for sending these gifts here. All it does is just pay for an assistant to check those emails y'all send me that I overlook. You guys, it's a lot. Okay. It's not a little. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of emails. It's a lot of DMs, you know. It's a lot of Twitter messages. It's a lot of tagged posts. It's a lot. I can't even check my mentions some days. So everything that you send here is just to go and help me get an assistant and to help me pay for a moderator on YouTube. Both places. That's all it does. Okay. That's really all it does. That's literally all it does. Okay. So this article is brought to you by the New York Times. Please, if you have a subscription to the New York Times, take it with a grain of salt. If you have a hard understanding of why the New York Times seems to be slightly biased on some instances, just look up the journalist. The New York Times is a great source for analytical pieces, specifically something like this. This seems like a type of story that they're going to hold on to for a number of months, and they're going to track it very well. So shout out to New York Times. Take them with a grain of salt, but read their articles. They are in depth. So the article is titled Andrew Gilliam, DeSantis's former rival in a 2018 gubernatorial election, is charged with conspiracy and fraud. So back in 2018, Andrew Gilliam, who happens to be a Black Democratic gubernatorial candidate, ran against Ron DeSantis for governor? Yes, for governor of Florida. He lost that election handsomely, and I can tell you why very quickly. So Andrew Gilliam is what is considered in political science a political machine. So he is backed by the DNC and the DCCC wholeheartedly. Probably 85 to 95% of the money from Andrew Gilliam's campaign comes from those two organizations. Again, that's the DNC and the DCCC. That's great when funding an election. What's bad is the fact that when you're getting money solely from two organizations like the DNC, DCCC, RNC, RCCC, doesn't matter, is that if you have any sort of intellectual thought or intellectual opinions on some things, they're not listening. They are very, very much tone deaf and very, very much out of touch with what real voters want. The DNC and the DCCC's targeted audience are aging white liberals and aging Black conservatives. When I say Black conservatives, aging Black conservatives would be our parents who go to Baptist churches, right? They are uh, considered what we would call neocons, like original conservatives. They vote historically Democratic, but their ideals lie in conservitude. So it sounds like a mouthful, but that's really what it is. And so they are only geared toward those two audiences: aging white liberals and Black traditional neocon conservatives. So our Black parents who voted for Obama, that's who the DCCC seeks out. They don't care about us. They don't care about millennials. They don't care about Gen Xers. They don't care about Gen Z. So Andrew Gilliam runs this gubernatorial election, loses handsomely because he was not in touch with the younger generation liberals of Florida and completely did not galvanize a vote enough to get rid of Ron DeSantis. So the article is written by Patricia Mazie of the New York Times, and it starts: Andrew Gilliam, the Democrat who lost in 2018 gubernatorial race to Ron DeSantis, surrendered to federal authorities in Tallahassee on Wednesday after he and a close associate were charged with conspiracy and 19 counts of fraud over how they raised and used funds when he was the mayor of Tallahassee and a candidate for the governor. Now, I'm not interested in conspiracy theories, but if the Attorney General of Florida so happens to work closely with Ron DeSantis, you got to take these charges with a grain of salt. Now, that's just off top. Okay, especially when it talks about fundraising and how you're using funds. All that stuff can be lined out literally through depositions. Like, okay, you spent $120,000 on hotel stays for you and your staffers. You have one extra hotel room. Who was that for? Come on, that's not fraud. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I thought I had an extra staffer coming and no one slept in it. So it's always something like that. So you do got to take those type of charges with a grain of salt. He pled not guilty in court, as he should, and he appeared Wednesday. Gilliam dressed in a Navy suit. Why does that matter? So we're going to just ignore that because I can't stand when the New York Times does that. We don't give a shit about what he was wearing. Or maybe the blind do. I never thought of that. Maybe the blind care. I never thought about that. But I'm going to read it, okay? Because what if the blind care? So he pled not guilty in court appearance on Wednesday. Gilliam, dressed in a Navy suit with a dark tie and a face mask, was cuffed around his wrist and his ankles with a chain around his waist. If he surrendered, why was he chained? Because the blind, like when the blind listen to books on tape, when you're descriptive, it helps them paint a picture. Now, if he is, and we care about the blind, that's why the blind care. Now, if he surrendered, why was he handcuffed? No, he's not a criminal. When you you're not a criminal when you're charged with something, okay? I want to make sure we make that abundantly clear. Being charged with a crime doesn't make you a criminal. Being convicted of a crime makes you a criminal, okay? That's right, Marlena, to embarrass him. Because if he did have chances of running for election in the future, those images do not look good for an election. They do not look good for an election. And no matter how you talk your way out of them, they don't look good. So yeah, because remember, in the United States, we are under two justice systems: our legal system, or our standard court system, the legal system, and the court of public opinion. In the court of public opinion, there are several Supreme Court cases that discuss the nature of the media and the legal system. The court of public opinion exists, you guys. And sometimes you can destroy an entire case before it even makes its way into a courtroom. You can destroy an entire case before it makes its way into a courtroom. So embarrassing him, or having the media coverage inside the courtroom and having the swirling of paparazzi around the courthouse can really destroy the nature of a case. And so a judge is tasked with determining if the media are allowed into the courtroom. Because, yeah, we live in this, you guys, this is a system we live in, okay? So it says he left the courthouse after his release and gave no comment to the cameras and microphones waiting outside. The once ascending Democrat, he never was. I don't know where they come up with that idea from, but that he never was. Okay, he was a stock and barrel candidate, called a part of the political machine. A once ascending or an ascending candidate would be somebody like Bernie Sanders or Ayanna Pressley. Those are ascending candidates, not somebody who gets pumped out or stamped out like a cookie from a political machine. So it says Mr. Gilliam came within 32,000 votes of the governorship in 2018, which is so crazy, which would have made him Florida's first Black governor and future White House hopeful, only to lose his political direction and face personal struggles. In 2020, the police found him in a Miami Beach hotel room where another man was suffering from a possible drug overdose, honey. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they caught him in a hotel room with another man who he had to call 911 for because he was passed out. And Andrew Gilliam then went to rehab. I don't know if y'all knew that, but he went to rehab. Yes. Gilliam entered into rehab to seek treatment for alcoholism shortly after. He later came out as bisexual in an interview that also featured his wife. Why do you always gotta do that? Why do you always gotta do that, man? Why do you always gotta do that? They always gotta do that. It don't never fail. He's smoking crack, wife on his side. Girl, leave him. If you don't leave that man, I'ma stick beside him. Girl, if you don't leave him, if you don't leave that man, if you don't get out of here and leave that man, or what are you doing? She weak in the knees. Stand up. Wife beside him. That ride or die mentality. Vicky, not the running man. It's always a hotel room. Just Nadine, it's always a hotel room. It's always him. Listen, okay, can we just talk real? Because I'm done with this article. Fuck this article. Listen, you don't never hear a politician, oh, his wife was caught in a hotel room with another man and crystal meth on the counter. And that poor politician had to sit down with Diane Sawyer on his wife's side while she talked about her harrowing story with drugs and alcohol. You don't never hear the story of the studious wife who sat next to her political or politician husband while she tearfully talked to Diane Sawyer about her drug habits and her hotel room excursions. I'm convinced that these men, like Gilliam, seek out wounded women so they can completely take advantage of them. What was that one? Do you remember John Edwards? What he do now? This is for campaign finance stuff. Hotel entanglement. Who that? Not the hotel entanglement. Not the hotel entanglement. I'm done reading that article. Fuck that article. This is from Trey. Trey says they want a Gilliam to be like the next Obama, which you can't make. You cannot replicate an Obama. You can't replicate that. You cannot replicate that. Obama's ascension was at the right place at the right time. So Gilliam, back in back in 2018, back in 2020, gets caught in Andrew Gilliam. He was a gubernatorial candidate back in 2018. But by 2020, he'd be entering into rehab because, of course, someone caught him in a hotel room with a person who was knocked out on drugs, honey. That part really blew me. That part blows me. It says Gilliam entered rehab after that stint at the hotel to treat his alcoholism shortly after. Now, let me just read you the portion here because this is the most important part. That's what we're going to discuss. Okay. I don't care about no campaign finance stuff. I don't give a shit about that. It says in 2020, the police found Andrew Gilliam in a Miami hotel room where another man had suffered a possible drug overdose. Gilliam then entered into rehab to seek treatment for alcoholism shortly after. Now, here's the kicker. He later came out as bisexual, which we don't care about because, okay, queen, in an interview that also featured his wife. I don't care that he's bisexual. I don't care that he's gay and he's hiding behind his wife. I care the fact that they always parade these women around. Always. They always be parading these women around. And they always be fucking up. Nobody would care if Andrew Gilliam was a gay politician who liked to have some booger sugar once in a while. It'd probably be exciting. It would be exciting if we had a politician who just openly admitted that he likes booger sugar. Maybe you get elected if you told people you were a drug addict. We don't care. It's the fact that y'all always toting these women around on your arm. Why they out here? He gets to just go out there to a hotel and do the most. What was his wife doing? That's what Diane Sawyer should have asked. What was your wife doing when you was in that hotel sniffing booger sugar off your male prostitute's lower spine? What was your wife doing? I'm just saying. While you were doing a line of coke from the hotel balcony. What was your wife doing? I'm just curious. Andrew Gilliam is his name. Carol. I'm watching the kids, hoping he'd text me. Watching the kids. Did you know that your husband was doing a line of coke off of some male prostitute's big toe in Miami? Did you know that? Because as an interviewer, I would say that. Did you know that? or were you? Oh, now that you know that your husband was doing a line of coke off of a male prostitute's big toe, are you still okay sitting next to him for this interview? That's exactly what I would ask. What's up, Caramelized Coochie Crumbs? It's nice to see your face. Because these women be sticking beside these men's. They be sticking beside them, honey. They be sticking beside them. She's brown like me, said. Taryn Hall looked at her like she was crazy. Speaking of she's brown like me, we have a commercial break. We got a commercial break. As soon as I find the note. I got posted. Listen, if I were to turn this camera around, you'd be like, whoa, I have post-its everywhere. And I try to prepare for these shows and be organized. But clearly y'all have never met me. This ad is brought to you by She's Brown Like Me. She's Brown Like Me is a series of products brought to you by Shauna here in the comment section. Shop her website for inspirational posters, lunchboxes, bookmarks, and school supplies for little girls in your life. The reason why you want to do that is because they look just like you, and so representation matters. Check out a link to She's Brown Like Me in my link tree, and if you don't have any little girls in your life, consider just giving them to a friend as a gift. They're great. Thank you again, Shauna, for this ad. And please support a Black-owned business. She's Brown Like Me. Thank you. Let's talk about this one crackhead nigga. Let's talk about this crackhead. Let's talk about this crackhead. Y'all should quit sponsoring this show. Y'all should immediately quit sponsoring this show. Andrew Gilliam. Y'all should immediately quit sponsoring me. I'm just saying. You want me to keep it real or no? What did they be saying? Keep it a buck. Whatever that means. You want me to keep it real? Wow, that transition. Let's get back to this nigga. Crackhead. Okay. Andrew Gilliam, mess. Caesar. We talked about a whole lot of men who were messes today, right? We talked about Ray J being a mess. Caesar Emmanuel from Black Ink Crew, who was caught beating his dog on camera. Ray J, who happens to not be able to sing and seems to be exceedingly wealthy, but couldn't find a babysitter for 10 minutes. And Andrew Gilliam, who's dragging his wife along while he gets chained up and arrested and caught with male prostitutes and methamphetamine. I did. I heard about Ezra Miller, another terrible man. You know, maybe the problem with America is men. They always talking about these high value women. Maybe, if you ask me, it's these fucking men. What is going on? Are y'all all right? Are y'all all right? Because y'all don't seem like y'all doing all right. Fellas, y'all don't seem like y'all doing all right. Kevin Samuels died, and y'all act like y'all can't get y'all shit together. Like, I don't listen to Kevin Samuels. Well, still, I'm just checking in on it. Y'all doing all right? Gotta be myself. You love my laugh. People always say that. I love your laugh. It's so menacing. I'm sorry we scared his citizen. No, it's not. Take a good look. My skin is not. But still, I'm just trying to ask, are y'all niggas all right? Because, child, we every time, top of the hour, some nigga shit. Top of the hour, some nigga shit. It's always like that every day. Can y'all just talk to us? What is going on? What's going on? Y'all should not be the top of the hour every hour. Sometimes we want to talk about messy women too, honey. We should better trying to control our bodies. Hey, Janelle. I'm just saying. Let me hear from y'all on YouTube. Kim Sims is a hot mess. It's a sure thing host, Diane Murray Clements. That's a long name. Hello, Diane. Hello, mysterious by nature. How are you? I'm just saying, are the fellas all right? Are the fellas all right? Bougie said they're having a hard time carrying on. I couldn't agree more. Bonds, I said, the men are in shambles. Honey, they in shambles. What's going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all? Y'all all right? I'm just checking in on y'all. Men, We tired. I know y'all is. Just admit it. What did the Bible say? Give up the ghost. So ask Auntie Brenda. I bet she knows with them. She's not here tonight. At least I don't see her. She's not here and I don't see her. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Last week we were talking about, or I'm sorry, on Wednesday's show we were talking about how Jermaine Jakes was having this nuclear meltdown and they sent him off allegedly to Jamaica. I'm certain he's crushed by a series of events which we don't know. But y'all need some spa days or something, honey. Y'all need a spa day or two. You know what you actually need? This book of affirmations. Here's our next ad. That's what y'all need, fellas. You need a book of affirmations. This ad is brought to you by Tori and her great and wonderful aunt. Tori is a teenager living with cystic fibrosis, a genetic respiratory and digestive disorder, anxiety, and depression. As a child, her mother tried to build in her self-esteem by introducing her to the concept of affirmations, like y'all niggas need. Tori's mom explained the affirmations she gave her and what it meant in Tori's life. One day, Tori's mom came home and saw her writing some things on her arm. Tori was writing, "Goodbye, cystic fibrosis forever, no more disease, no more goodbye." From this moment, this was the beginning that her mother knew that she was destined to do great things. Tori's writings and published her own book of affirmations called I Am Victorious. You actually check out that book in my link tree. I have a link to the book. The book is $10. And some of y'all niggas sound like y'all need it. If you don't need it, talk to all the niggas that's acting up and buy them a book. It's $10. And it's a Black owned and a Black writer. So consider that. Shout out to the Lioness Queen and her niece Tori for this ad. And go buy a Black owned book. Maybe that's what y'all niggas need. Sick of y'all. Maybe that's what y'all need. I don't know why y'all got me whispering. I'm shaking. Get you a book of affirmations. I am victorious. Is it Doreen? Thank you, Doreen. Buy 2 copies. One for you and your nigga friends. Selena said, buy 2 copies. One for you and your nigga friends. TikTok and YouTube gonna demonetize me as much as I said the N-word tonight. Nigga, I don't care. Take this nigga's money. I'm Black. It's not illegal. Okay. But honey, it's a rap. Someone asked me that the other day. How are you still monetized? You say the N-word so much. I'm Black. It's like a pass. It's a pass. We get a pass, okay? 95% of my audience is niggas. And a bunch of cool white people and Hispanics, okay? Sprinkled in the middle. Hello, Dim. How are you? I'm just saying. Damn. Can't we just say nigga? That's it. That's it. Oh, that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got for the show for y'all this evening. Let's shout out to all of the nosy bystanders for being here. We got somebody's hand up. Let me hear from them. They probably have the final words on the show. Vicky with the last name. Hello. How you doing?
Hey.
Hello, Vicky.
I had to come on and say, you go ahead with the Negro tonight, honey, because they're on one. And listen, you are girl, and we're gonna stick beside you and every one of those N words, because the brothers they are making an ass jack of themselves, honey. They are in full spectrum. The watermelon came out last night. Hey, Brandy, is this thing on? All the tea in China would not have helped that man's voice. He can't sing. It was so much foolery going on. And for Andrew Gilliam, I was waiting for him to come back around from that 2020 episode. Brother, we was behind you. We were rooting for you. The unmitigated goal and the nerve of you to do that. Honey, when that thing would have came out, my bag would have been packed so fast. They'd have been like, what happened to his wife?
But not one man, two.
Right. Yeah. All types of illicit drugs sprinkled all around the room. I mean, that article alone, I would have got a name change. I would have been out. They would have never found me again if I was a wife. But is that you? And the interview? Is it? Are you on drugs too, ma'am? Is that what's happening?
Because he'd have got a clean. He'd have got a clean drop kick to the neck.
Honey, I just was like, when you said she was at the interview, I said, who was at the interview? His mammy? Because it could not have been the wife. Ma'am, are you okay? Somebody blink twice, because what are we looking at here?
Somebody said, Vicky, someone stated that Tamara Hall, she's not my cousin, but Tamara Hall was looking at her sideways.
Yeah, I might have had to sit on my head on the stage.
What are you doing
to make sure I was looking at her right? Because what has happened?
Because
here?
It's like you're seeing a ghost. Like, who is this person here? There can't be a person next to you, sir, because you are making her look like a whole ass. Yes, right. A mammy.
Yeah. Where is her family? Is everybody deceased? Because something is happening here.
Yeah.
But I just had to come on and say, we don't care what you say. They demonetize you. We open up the Cash App and support you because we support this foolery. Okay.
I totally appreciate that. And thank you again.
You're welcome.
And thank you again, Vicky, for the final words. You guys, thank you again for the show. We'll be back for the late show or the after show tonight. Give me a minute. I made some shrimp. It's cold, but I'm still going to eat it. Okay, so we'll be back for the late show. The late show only airs here on TikTok. So just come here, stay here, be back in a few hours. I'm going to finish up the rest of the series on that wig mystery. So please just wait around for those next two parts, which I'll get done right now. We're on the show every single night, Monday through Friday, except when a nigga tired. Okay. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and all the other time zones in between. We do have ads for the show, and you can actually reach us on the Nosy Bystanders on Instagram and Twitter. My DMs are open. My DMs are open. Shout out to Nosy Bystanders here on TikTok, here on YouTube, and here on the Lame app. I really appreciate it, you guys. Y'all always in the building, always come through with the stories. Thank you for sending. Most of the stories come from you, Nosy Bystanders, so I appreciate that. I'm glad that you entrust me to tell the stories about all these wild niggas. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you on the after show. Take care. Bye-bye.